Morning. How are you doing? That's the first time I've ever seen the police on this path. Yeah. Hey, this is Russ. Yeah, I'm back out on the road again. What am I riding today? Take a look at this one. There's the badging, U-free. Yep. This is the Solar Sparrow. I had to think about that. I had to think about that. You know, anytime there's a new bike, it takes me a while to get used to the names. Yeah, U-free is into bird names. So we had the City Robin series. We had the Stellar Falcon. Now we're on the Solar Sparrow. Yep. Hey, they fixed this road up. You can see all the markings on the road because it's got oil and stuff on it. Whenever they put new asphalt down, they always put oil before they put the asphalt down, and then I think they oil it up again. I'm not sure if they do a second coating of oil. I don't know why they put the oil down before they put the asphalt down. Don't ask me why. I have no idea. If you know why, put a comment. Yeah. I never really liked that because then it gets on your tires and then I got to bring it into the house, as you know. So today, it's a little chilly. It's about 63 degrees out right now, and of course I got some wind hitting me too. Let's pedal a little bit here. Now, as you may know, the Solar Sparrow is a single speed bike with a Gates carbon belt on it. But you have pedal assist levels on your display screen. Where am I at right now? Sport. I'm on sport mode, so this is one lower than its maximum. I also have it set up for cadence sensor currently. So all I gotta do is keep my legs moving and I'm doing pretty good. I don't have to pedal hard. You know, if you want to, you're welcome to do that. All you have to do is just move it to torque sensor. You could easily do that. Just hold the power button down. It'll move you over to the areas you need to be in order to make that change. You know what I should have done? I had some mail I needed to mail out. Do you call it that? I had a letter I needed to mail out. No, I had a bill I needed to mail out. Forgot to bring it. Oh well. That would mean I would have to lock up the bike anyway. I'm too lazy to do that, and I don't trust anybody. So we're not going to go long distance today again. It's a little chilly. When it's that cold, I don't really want to be out too far. All right, let's take a left over here. Nobody around. No need to put my arm out. There's not anyone to see it. Move over here, we'll go around the circle. Just to get a feel for riding the bike. Yeah, thanks to U-free for this bike. They've given me all their bikes, and I think the only one I never had was the original City Robin. Yeah, but I've had the City Robin X and the X Plus. I have two of the Stellar Falcons, the mid-step and the step-through version. And then we have this one, the Solar Sparrow. Yeah, this has the 500 watt Bafang motor in here. It's really actually pretty good. Now you hear the thing is squeaking a little bit, and that's only because the brakes are still relatively new. There's not a whole lot of mileage on this bike. I'm gonna bed in the brakes a little bit here. So what you do is you move up really quick, hit the brakes for a little bit, let up a little bit. You gotta deposit that brake pad material on there to get it to accept all that stuff, you know. And it's too new of a bike still, so it still squeals a little bit on the brakes. So that's okay. It's not a big deal. So let's do that. Let's move it up a little bit. Whoa! That's how hard the brakes can hit. Don't hit it as hard as I just did. I don't think I've ever had the brakes ever squeal on me like that. That's not a brake squeal. That's like slamming on the brakes. Yeah, don't do that. Slowly hit the brakes. There you go. Oh, that's a good one, man. good to know that it's got power in the brakes. You know, these are textural brakes on here, and the textural brakes are always pretty good. Oh well, hey, wake everybody up, you know. Yeah, what time is it right now? 9 o'clock in the morning. So 9 o'clock in the morning, it's about 62 degrees out. Yeah, little dog. Okay, stay there, little dog. There we go. I want to make sure that dog doesn't come out, but hey, the owner pulled him back. Well, he didn't pull him back. He called him and he stopped. Now, if I would have hit the brakes while that dog was doing that, I would have scared everybody. All right, well, whatever. See that bird? Okay, got pickleball players out here again. These guys are out here all the time. It must be a league or something. Yeah, look at them. They're all hitting the ball. Yeah, I'd rather be riding my bike. I don't know about you. You know, anything with pickleball, you could definitely hear the hit, because the ball is kind of a hard thing, right? Yeah, it's still having to squeal. Yeah, I think we have to work on the brakes. Got to work on the brakes a little bit. There we go. Work on it a little bit. That's the rear brakes that's actually doing that. That's first squeal that we heard was the front brakes squealing when we hit that thing hard. We're gonna have to stop here. Let's let all these cars go by. Got a bus coming through. Let him go by too. Okay. Oh, I know what I wanted to do. I wanted to show you what the bike looks like now, because I added some stuff to the bike. I added the front bag, as you see, the stem bag. Again, compliments of U-Free. Thank you to U-Free. He actually gave me several of these bags. I have a white one as well. Well, it's kind of ivory colored. Then I have the black one. I put the black one on. I don't know what I'm going to do with the white one at this point. Decide what I'm going to do with that one. Then I have a trunk bag in the back. I wanted to show you that one. That was kind of cool. I showed it once before on one of the other videos, but it's mounted on the MIK rack in the back now. I gotta find maybe we go back up there again. Let's go back to that general area. I can show you what it looks like. So anyways, the advanced settings on the bike, I've left it to, I've got to work on the brakes. I left it to the default settings on it. So it's got a medium start, meaning when you start pedaling, it doesn't immediately kick in. It just slowly kind of goes right into it in a medium setting. They got slow, medium, and fast settings, because I don't want it to kick in really fast. I mean, that means if you touch the pedals, that thing is going to start kicking in. And sometimes, you accidentally bump the pedals when you stopped or something. You don't want it starting up on you. So I don't particularly prefer a very quick start. I like a little bit of a delay before it starts in. It's just a safety thing that I've always done. Let's find a spot to show you here. Yeah, we got to work on the brakes, that's for sure. Maybe I need to do a cleaning of the brake. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. What do you guys do when you hear a new bike have a brake squeal like that? Do you guys bed it in? What do you guys do? Let me know. Okay, here, let's move to the side in case anybody comes. So here's the trunk bag, okay? So just kind of give you an idea of what it looks like when it's on there. It's long and narrow and tall, okay? So what you do is you undo it, and it gets even taller. You see? Then there's a zipper, so you can put stuff in there, zipper it in, and then fold it down. if you don't have all that stuff, you know, if you don't have a lot of stuff, fold it down a little bit. I mean, you have a lot of stuff that needs to have that height, that's fine. But then it becomes smaller. So it's kind of nice. It's got the U3 name over here. No name on this side, just like little reflector things. Well, they don't really reflect that much. Well, I'll show you the rest of the bike, why not? There you go, front headlight, rear tail light. Headlight and tail lights, let me see if I can change the setting here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but let's go over here. Go into display settings. Let's see, light mode. I'm going to put in flash, okay? And then we'll exit out. Go back, exit. To turn on the light, you just hold the plus button down. You see this thing will light up. Well, it kicks in, I guess. This will flash. Can you guys see that on my hands? And then in the back, oh, I guess I'm going to have to take the camera off my chest mount to see it. There you go. That's flashing as well. And then when you hit the brakes, this is what it does when you hit the brakes. Okay. Hopefully you could see that. I don't know if I had the camera in the right angle. Let's try that again. There you go. I'm just holding the camera at this point with my hand. So I'm just holding the brakes, letting go of the brakes. All right. Remount. Okay, sorry. I know all you saw is my hand. All right, I could turn the lights off there. Okay, back on we go. And how I usually start out, just for those that don't know, I usually will throttle, then step up into the bike. So the throttle gets me started. I'm gonna readjust a little bit there. Hopefully you guys can see the handlebars a little bit. I'm always guessing as to what's the best angle. Yeah, this is the area. Let me move to right here. See that? This is the area I basically do my reviews at. I do it on the opposite side of that pond. It's actually not a pond. It's a retention pond, actually. Although somebody told me that there is fish in there. I've seen people fish out of there. You have to kind of walk down the side of the grasses there to do it, but yeah, people fish there. I got worms inside my refrigerator right now. I took some fishing time last week. Showed it on the More from Russ channel, so go there if you want to see that. No, I didn't catch anything. But my friend Gail, who taught me how to fish, she had caught 2 bass, lost 1 bass, and caught 3 bluegills. Fishing Jim didn't catch anything either. I tell you, Gail catches everything. I'm not kidding. She catches everything. I don't know. She knows things that we don't know. But she said she was fishing off the bottom. I think that was the problem. I had a bobber on, and that didn't help things. Yeah, I should have fished off the bottom. The problem with fishing off the bottom is that, you know, sometimes you can snag up. And I didn't want to snag the line, so I used the bobber. I think that was my mistake. I should have fished off the bottom like she did. And others were telling me you should just jig it up and down. Yeah, it's probably a bit of a smarter move. I think that's what she was doing. Yeah, I think the rear brake I have to deal with. Every time I hit the rear brake, I squeal a little bit. It's gonna take a while. You have to do a little cleaning of it or something. There you go. I don't know. It needs a little bit of work. New bikes, sometimes this is what happens. Not a fault of the bike. It's just the way brakes are sometimes on rotors. All right, let's see. Let me change my angle of my side view mirror there. I want to be able to see. It's always the first time out with it. It's always an adjustment because I always move the mirrors a little bit when I get inside the car, inside the door at the house. Kind of angle it up a little bit so it doesn't bump into the door frame. So that means every time I head out, I gotta redo things again. You see all the cottonwood over here? Yeah. It's a lot. I've seen some that's worse. I remember being up in the Detroit area once, and there was like cottonwood all over the place. There we go. Squeaking along. Hit the brakes, squeak along. All right, well, let's stay on the right-hand side here. All right, well, it's good to be able to get out for a little bit. Early in the morning, a little chilly, but yeah, good to get out. Yeah, we'll be riding the this new bike every now and then. We got to work it in. Work it in. All right, let's go through here. Morning. Yeah, so we get the good morning and the head nod. The head nod. I always think it's funny when people give me the head nod, but hey, that's actually the best way to do it. You gotta keep your hands on the handlebar. Somebody mentioned to me recently in the comments, actually the comments of the review of this bike, that Lake Arlington had signs up saying no e-bikes and no scooters on their path that goes around the lake. Okay, I kind of agree with this one. That path is kind of weird. You know, it has specific things where you can ride and where you can't ride. Oh, we got police over here. Is this the police? I don't know who this is. Looks like it is. Morning. How are you doing? Yeah, it's the first time I've ever seen the police on this path. Yeah. I knew it was the police, but I could tell it was a motorcycle coming up here. And typically, motorcycles aren't allowed on this path at all. But as you noticed, they didn't stop me, right? I've got an e-bike here. Well, maybe he didn't know it was an e-bike. That's the thing. Sometimes they don't know. On this bike, you really can't tell because it doesn't look like an e-bike. But, yep, he's patrolling. Yeah, see? There you go. I think this is the second time I've actually seen the police on the bike path patrolling. Good. I'm glad they are. I'm glad they are. Keeps us safe. He said hello, by the way. I don't know if you heard that. But the thing is, out in this area, I think the police are kind of used to me because they see me all the time. But there are different officers. Yeah, that's not the same officer that I saw before who told me he would not ticket me if I went past the stop sign, you know, without stopping. But yeah, in this area, they have 2 of the electric motorcycles. That was one of them. Cool. What should we call this video? Police are out and checking the bike paths? I don't know. Have to come up with a good name. Okay, oh, school zones. Okay, I see. 20 miles per hour limit. Well, we're gonna take a right over here. Let's take a right over here. Can't do a full stop, otherwise I have to hop off the bike, and I don't feel like doing that. So anyway, yeah, it's actually good to see the police out and checking to make sure everyone's safe. Yep, I have no problems with that at all. Well, you may be saying, well, Russ, you're former law enforcement too. But hey, I was never an officer. I was an evidence tech. I was an evidence tech. I wasn't an officer. But I think still, you still kind of feel connected to the police department, even though it's not your own police department. It's just the way it is. It's just like whenever an officer dies in a line of duty, other officers from different departments will show up to the funeral. That's right. So there's a brotherhood of police officers. So, alrighty. Any other goodies to tell you guys for today? Not really. I think that's about all I have for you guys for today. Hey, anyways, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. More rides to come. I think the weather will start getting better now, so we'll be out there a little bit more often. But I think at this point, we're usually doing about 2 videos or so, sometimes 3 per week on the Russ's Ride channel. Maybe we'll see if we can increase that a little bit, but for now, that's what we got. Anyways, hit the like and subscribe button. I'll talk to you guys next time.